Alright, so this video, or World Lit 2, is going to be about the test. Now, I want to discuss the test because this is the hardest part of the course, and this is the type of test that does a lot to get you thinking analytically, and it helps you learn the content the best. And it's also one of the types of tests that keeps you from just falling into the whole, I'm going to study for the test kind of thing. If you understand the test, if you do go on the test, you know the works, and that's what we're going for. So these types of tests are types of short answer essay tests that are upper level college types of tests. So when you I always tell students, when you complete this course, you should be proud. This is not some kind of pushover. What a lot of people think stereotypically is a 2-year community college class that's so much easier than a university or anything like that. That's all a big myth, and it's bull. And this course proves that. Getting through this course, doing these types of tests, it's challenging and it takes work and dedication, but it's doable and it's very possible. Everyone can do it, but you got to work hard, and it's all about how much you want it. And that's what my dad always used to tell me about everything. It's all about how much you want it, and if you want it bad, you can get it. But the dedication factor, if you don't really want it, if you're lazy, if you don't really care, then no, you won't get it. And that's what it really comes down to. These tests are doable because I give you all the resources you need. I give you a lot of resources in the content tabs and all that, but that doesn't mean that's all that you got to do it all at once. You use it. Number one, you got to understand that these are resources. You refer to them and use them as you need them. You do not sit down to read one thing completely, then read the next completely, then the next completely. You won't really absorb that. That's not how your brain works. You go to it and you refer and you use it when you need it in context of your work at the time to get it done. So that's what you really want to do and think about when you're studying this stuff. So let's talk about the test itself. You have 2 sections, 50 points apiece, so it's a 100-point test. You have 2 sections, a short answer and an essay. Short answer. Number one, pay attention to your, let me start over by saying this. Study your study guide. The study guide gives you what you need to know for the test. So you'll notice the 2 sections in your study guide. Short answer. You'll get anywhere between 8 or 10 of these depending on the unit, and you'll only have to pick 5. You'll choose the 5 you want, and then you will choose each one that you picked, and say, for instance, in the first one you picked Nature's God entitled them. There, after you pick that for your test, you will write the item, Nature's God entitled them, tell us what work it came from, if there's an author, tell us the author, and then tell us the significance to the work. So when you're going through readings, find those items inside the study guide and see where they are. So for instance, right off the bat, Nature's God entitled them is from the Declaration of Independence. What does that mean in the context of the Declaration of Independence with the whole idea of the unit, the Enlightenment? So when we really go into that, we really want to pay attention to what that says is that rights don't come from people. Rights come from God, a supreme being, something beyond us. Because if rights just come from us, then anybody can make up particular rules, and no rule is better than the other. And so what they said was, kings don't give us rules, no one makes rules, only God makes rules. And God has given us our rights and our freedom, and no one can take that away or usurp that. And so that is the significance of that quote inside that work, in the context of the Enlightenment, the overall unit. So that's what you have to do. Now, of course, with this, I say you need to write for each one of those items because you're going to get like an hour and 15 minutes for the test. I always recommend you cut it in half. Is that you give yourself 30-minute or 35 minutes for one, 35 for the next, or 37 for one, 37 for the next. Anyway, give 3 to 5 sentences a piece for each item, something like that. Do not give big paragraphs. Do not give essays. Small amounts, 3 to 5 sentences. Say what you got to say and move on to the next. And you do that for each one of the 5 that you've chosen inside the short answer section. Then you move to the essay section. I give you the essay topics. You study for those. You prep for those. You're able to answer them. But I will tell you this when it comes to the essay section. I am very concerned with what it means when I say essay. I want an introduction with a thesis, multiple body paragraphs, not just one. I say at least 2 body paragraphs and then a conclusion. And that's what I want, all right? So that's what I'm looking for in that spot right there. This is about 5 minutes. That's all I really have to say. If you have any questions, please let me know.